Guys, welcome back to my DCEU tier list. It's tier list time. Let's do it. Let's just get into it. So, I have not seen every DCEU film. I think the DC universe has a lot of potential, and I hope James Gunn, whatever he does, it becomes amazing. So I haven't seen World War Wonder Woman. I haven't seen the second one. I've seen the first Wonder Woman. I haven't seen the second one. I haven't seen Birds of Prey. So yeah, that's all I haven't seen. Other than that, the others have so much potential and are so good. I enjoyed a few. Some could have been better. I understand where they're coming from, but overall, it's like they are so good. They have so much potential. So first, this is my tier list. I have GOAT, great, good, underrated, not bad, mid, and whack. And I don't have any films that I would put in the whack tier because I think every movie is either average or better. But let's just get into it. So first up, first film, Man of Steel, I would put in mid because the movie was long, the action scenes are very good, but I've seen it twice before and like it's very long and like draggy, and it's very like emotional, very deep, although I do like that, but at the same time it was like so long, like I was waiting for it to end. So yeah, that's all I can say. Batman Dawn of Justice, I would put in mid as well. I'm sorry. I understand what they were going for. You know, it's very like good, like the tension between Batman and Superman. They are two of the greatest characters, two of the most iconic. But the movie overall was just so long, and like that just made it boring. Like I wanted to end, and even Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor was like so boring. I don't know why they did that. I don't know why he's acting like the Joker, acting really crazy. Yeah, the movie had so much potential, and just me personally, I don't find it very like exciting. I mean, it's stupid, but I would put it at mid. I wouldn't say it's a terrible movie, but I understand what they were going for. Suicide Squad, I'd put in mid as well, because I'd say this is the worst DC movie from the cinematic universe. But if you look at the movie, it's such great performances and a great cast of Jared Leto, Margot Robbie, Will Smith. Such great performances and characters, such amazing characters put in a bad storyline. Like the plot and the pacing of the movie, the sequencing of the movie is so boring. I feel like the soundtrack is the only thing that holds this movie up. But no, overall it's just mid. It's average, but it's still the worst DCEU film. Wonder Woman, I'd say it's not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. I'd say it's okay that we're as like it's understand what they were going for. You know, Wonder Woman is also an iconic character, but the action was very good. But it was cool to see how she interacts with the humans. You know, she's new and oblivious to this new world, and she interacts with the humans. She falls in love with the human, and she creates connections with each, and she's trying to help them with the world war. So I understand that, and the action was good. It's just certain characters are very forgettable, and the movie is just not bad. It's not good, but it's not bad. Justice League, the Joss Whedon cut, I would put this at not bad. It was not bad. It was enjoyable, super fun and enjoyable. You know, the action, visually it's amazing, although visually Superman's face wasn't, but it's still amazing. It's still a good movie, fun movie. I would say it could have been better. If I'm being realistic, I wouldn't put it at like it's the great, like it's on top, because the Whedon cut, I see what there were problems with it and issues with it, but to me I like it. Aquaman is my favorite DCU film, and I enjoyed it so much. Like it, I put it in the good. I wish I could put it at great. I wouldn't say it's like the greatest superhero movie ever, but I like the movie. Jason Momoa's take on the character was really cool. You know, the action was amazing. The camera work of each action, yeah, the camera work of each action scene was done so well, and like the interaction between each character was so well. The action like is so good, like so well sequenced, like the stunts were so good, and the villain was so good. I mean, this was such a fun movie, like an amazing movie to watch. Shazam. I would put Shazam in the underrated tier because I wouldn't say it's good or bad. I would say it's overlooked because it's a fun movie with some deep moments in it. You know, he's a child, a foster child, and his mother abandoned him, but he thought that his mother went missing, but in the end he realizes that his mother never wanted him and abandoned him, which is very sad and deep, an emotional moment. But I mean, the characters are amazing, the humor is there, and you know, Zachary Levi Shazam was so like good, like so well casted. Like even the cast as the children that are casted in the movie. I mean, so well done. I mean, this is a fun movie. It's like if you had MCU director do a DCEU film. This was like very Marvel like because of the humor, but this was still fun and very fun to watch. Yeah, and I liked it. Zack Snyder's Justice League, the Snyder Cut. I mean, this is obviously up in the GOAT tier. I mean, the movie, even though it's 4 hours long, it still shows every character. It's every personality of each character is done so well, and you connect with each character. Each character has a story, especially the way they did Cyborg's whole story was so well done. I mean, the whole story of how he develops his powers, how he becomes Cyborg, how he learns to master his powers. It was so well done. And Superman, the whole story of him trying to bring him back to life, the Flash, the Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, you know, the cinematography, Zack Snyder's, the way he directs the slow motion scenes, the action. Steppenwolf looks much better and more threatening in the Snyder cut, and just the vibe of the film is so different. And you can see it's Zack Snyder. If you watch 300, Watchmen, all his other films, like he's such a good director. And this movie, even though 4 hours long, it's still a great superhero film. The Suicide Squad. Now this movie is great. I put it in the great tier. I wish I could put it in GOAT because I mean it's not the best movie, but it's so funny and so amazing. I mean, Idris Elba as Bloodsport was so much better than Will Smith as Deadshot. And obviously John Cena as Peacemaker, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn. This is such a fun movie, great blockbuster with good characters, great cameos that I wish those cameos could have stayed longer, like Pete Davidson, Captain Boomerang. This was just such a fun movie to watch and such emotional moments with new characters that you connect with, like the Ratcatcher. So much. And James Gunn's he did his best with this film, and I just loved this film. It was very, very old school, but at the same time very modern, and it's just a well balanced film. Great sequencing, great pacing, and again great humor. The comedy is infectious. Peacemaker, although this is a show, the only show, it's amazing. It's in the great tier. I mean, it's slightly flawed, but at the same time, it's super funny and enjoyable. I mean, John Cena is just the best. He's arguably the best actor to come from WWE. Maybe if you can put him up there with Batista. I know Batista has more. He does more, so he's ahead. But if John Cena does more characters and more movies, he will surpass Batista. And when it comes to humor, John Cena is much better. I mean, John Cena is the funniest in this. Each character is so funny and plays a part so well. And like even if they don't have powers and they are so good, they are so the way they interact with each other, like it's this love-hate relationship. And the show is just so good. The action is good. James Gunn again is really, he did his job with this. And the intro, the theme song, it's very unskippable. You can't skip that intro. It's just so good. Black Adam. I'd say this is a good movie. There's nothing really special to it. It's just a good blockbuster. I mean, that's what The Rock is known for. His movies are just action, blockbuster. It's a great story, good characters. It's just the villain, the devil guy. I don't even remember him. He's very forgettable. But I love the JSA. each character, Pierce Brosnan, Aldous Hodge, Noah Centineo, they play a part very well. I also love the backstory of Kondak, the way Black Adam grew up as a slave and helping his son, you know, and then his son gets killed, and then he becomes the champion. He becomes Black Adam. It's very anti-hero because there's two different sides. He-Man, Black Adam, and Hawkman have a very different side to each, like, you know, saving the world, and they end up working together, and the JSA. And this is just a good fun movie just for action, great, just a blockbuster, or you could say rockbuster. And this is just it's nothing really special into it. It's just a fun movie to watch. Shazam: Fury of the Gods. I don't know what they were doing with this film, but it felt really unnecessary to make, because I don't know what they were doing. It was very cringe, so I put it in the mid tier. I mean, it's not bad, it's not the worst thing, but it's the characters are still good, you know, the acting, the interaction, the comedy is still there, but overall, like, sequencing wise and pacing, like, it felt like very bland. It felt like very empty. Like, I didn't know what. It was just mediocre at best. It's mid at best. And like, the villains were okay, nothing really special, and Zachary Levi is just good as Shazam. Like, that's just all. Like, there's no action, was not really that spectacular, but this movie could have been better. Like, I wish it could have been better. And lastly, The Flash. I would put this movie at great. This is a great tier movie. It's not top tier, because I understand. Let's just get one thing out of the way: the CGI, obviously. The CGI was bad. It looked like a video game, like I was playing a video game or watching a video game cutscene. But at the same time, the way the movie starts, it just gets straight to the point. That's what I like specifically about this movie. It gets straight to the point. It doesn't build up. You don't have to be patient. It just gets to the point. It tells you what happens. It gives you, like, upfront what is happening, what the plot is. And this is like the Flashpoint paradox. If anyone is familiar with the DC animated universe, the Flashpoint paradox movie, it's very similar. Sasha Calle as Supergirl was actually very good. She was not bad. I hope she comes back. And Michael Keaton as Batman, of course, obviously, very good. Ben Affleck also as Batman. Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, obviously, they short cameo scenes, but they are still very good in that one action scene. The action is very good. Even though visually it's not perfect, CGI is very bad, obviously, but this movie has a good action and just a great story, great plot, great sequencing, very well paced, not that much flaw in the story, and there's a lot of emotion, a lot of deep emotion. You get to see the backstory of Barry Allen and how he also interacts with the alternate version of him. And like, the comedy is actually not that bad. I mean, some moments it's like very cringe, and sometimes it was actually very good and very well executed. And this is actually a good movie. And I know it's not the best thing. Some people put it up before it came out. They rated very high. They said it was the best thing, one of the greatest superhero movies of all time. I wouldn't say it's that, but I wouldn't say it's it's the worst. It's not the worst thing, but I also wouldn't say it's not the best thing. Especially in the DCEU, Snyder Cut is number one, but I would put this high up there because this was actually an enjoyable film, and I connected well with each character. I felt the emotion that Barry Allen played. Even Ezra Miller, he was not that bad, regardless of what he's done outside of the world, outside of like what he's done. We don't want to talk about that, but this movie is still good and I liked it. And this is my tier list, and let me know your thoughts on what you guys think of it, what your thoughts are on each movie, where you would place each movie on which tier. You can make your own. Also, like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos like this, and that is it. And I just hope the DCEU becomes better from here on. So that's it from me. I'm Lazy Boy. Thank you for watching.